All right. Good morning and welcome everyone to day number 2 of taking Stardew Valley one day at a time. Let's see here. Keep finding. Oh, this is just the normal stuff. Today should be pretty relaxed, as every day we do should be. All I really hope to accomplish is talk about life, go down to the ocean, get the fishing pole from Willie, and that's about it. Maybe we'll clear up the farm a little bit more. It's never nice to live on a run-down farm, you could say, now. Perfect. I hope whoever is watching this, if anyone, will just be patient with me while I try to figure out how to get everything working in the kind of method that I want to take for setting up everything. As far as streaming, as far as recording things, I know it's far from perfect right now, but you know, you gotta start from somewhere, and that's important. Better to just start and learn as I go than to never start at all, you know? But I hope I can look back on these times and laugh at all things I didn't know, and oh, got geoed. Be happy with where I am now and be happy with where I am in the future. But as far as the main thought I really wanted to discuss today, was something I was actually talking to my wife about earlier. Let's actually check for forages. Forages are these beautiful little things that are around the valley. Yeah, as I was saying, the main thought I wanted to talk about today was something that me and my wife were talking about on our car drive earlier. You see, we were talking about how tumultuous life can get at times, and, you know, to our credit, that's true. But I had recently, perhaps a month or two ago, I had heard here, I'll hold off on this. We'll let Willie talk for a moment. Boy there, son. Heard there was a newcomer in town. Good to finally meet you. I'm still trying to unwind from a month out on the salty seas. It was a big haul. I sold a lot of good fish. Finally saved enough to buy me a new rod. Here, I want you to have my old fishing rod. It's important to me that the art of fishing stays alive. And hey, maybe you'll buy some from my shop once in a while. And with that, we got our fishing rod. The bamboo pole. Love Willie. There's good water here in the valley, all kinds of fish. Oh yeah, my shop's back open now, so if you come by, come by if you need supplies. I'll also buy anything you catch. If it smells, it sells. That's what my old Papa used to tell me. Awesome. I love Willie. I'm sorry if I don't describe much about the mechanics of the game. Like I said, I'm trying to take this slow. Frankly, if you're clicking on a Stardew Valley video, odds are you probably know a little bit about the game at least, but well, I have no experience yet, so it's gotta go out further. But yeah, where was I? Oh yeah, so me and my wife, we were talking about this YouTube video that I had watched not too long ago. It was one that I had, It was one that I had seen as a music video. I can't remember the artist, and if I can remember, I'll go and find the video and I'll put it on the video after I make it. But it was this song called Pulse, and it was this beautiful, beautiful piano arrangement that this guy had made of a car horn alarm going off outside his window. Like early in the morning it appeared. And to be fair, I don't know if it was staged or not. It didn't feel staged, but the point I was trying to make is, you know, myself personally, if I heard the car alarm going off early in the morning, I'd be rather great. rather upset. But you know, this guy, he took time out of his day to, you know, make it into a song and do the best with it what he had. But the point I was trying to make upon thinking about it further, this song I was just remembering while I was out in Colorado. What to keep, what to throw away. I was recently had the opportunity to go out in Colorado, and while I was there, I thought about this song, and because right now I got a little bit of craziness going on in my own personal life, and I thought about, you know, that car horn constantly going off. It goes off during the entire song. At no point does it stop. But as soon as this artist starts playing his music, you can't even tell that there's really that car horn going off in the distance. And kind of how I interpreted this at that time was, you know, it's kind of a good parallel for life. You can't take the chaos out of life, but perhaps if you lead a good life and you try to live it as peacefully as possible, you know, you might not... I need to eat these fish. If you live a good life, you know, and live it to the best of your abilities, you know, it's not going to make the chaos go away per se, but I tell you what, it can not incorporate, but the goodness of your life can swallow up those hardships and that chaos. You know, when I was talking about it, especially when I was on this trip recently, I kind of went through the motions at certain times and found myself asking that question that I think many folks ask themselves is, you know, why are we here? What's this all for? What's the point, you know? You go and work a job for, you know, 50 to 60 years just to hopefully have a good retirement, and during that time you work hard to see your wife and kids for a couple hours at the end of the day. It's just, I was just so caught up in my own emotions, and it was when I was thinking about this song, I thought, you know, life is chaotic. There's no remedy for that. You can't take the chaos out of life. But perhaps if you live a life, as I said earlier, that has so much fun in it, that has so much to look forward to in it, finding those things that we talked about yesterday, finding the things that bring you happiness and bring you joy. If you surround your life with this, the chaos won't go away, but perhaps the chaos can be incorporated into that masterpiece that you're trying to make. I hope that makes sense. It made sense to me, at least. I love fishing in this game, but it doesn't really get good until the later levels. You know, a lot of people, they try to find a cure for chaos. I don't think there is a cure for chaos. It's just always there. That's just a fact of life. We'll stop fishing there for the day. I want to go try and meet the rest of the people in town, but there is really no cure for chaos as it is. And I don't think there should be, necessarily. I think to a certain level, chaos is good. It's a part of life, and you know, the troubles we go through, we're probably going through them for a reason. The strife of the early game, not having enough room for stuff. I don't know why I took all my tools out with me. You know, you can learn a lot from the chaos, and the chaos is a necessity, but I think it also depends on what you're focusing on. If you're always focusing on the chaos of life, you're never going to get anywhere. All you're going to hear is that car alarm going off, rather than that beautiful orchestrated piece. Let's just sell this stuff. I mean, I gotta sell everything at one point anyway, so might as well. I hope that's making sense. I'm also trying to get used to commentating while playing games, so I hope I could get at it. You know, this whole thing I'm going through as far as trying out stream and try out recording stuff. This is me trying to find my happiness and pursue my dreams. You know, it's that age-old saying, do what you want to do, or live your life the way you want to live it, because no one's going to live it for you. I'm, to my friends and family, my personal life, sometimes I feel give more unsolicited advice than people would care me to, but one of the things I've said is that saying, that get out there and live your life because no one's going to live it for you. I figured after years of saying I really wanted to do stuff on YouTube, maybe it was about time I took my own advice, so that's why I'm here. And the only person that hears me at the end of the day is myself. At least I can sleep a little bit better knowing that I made good on my own promises to myself. Such a beautiful game, so peaceful. What else can we talk about? It's only 4:20. Still so much time left in the day. Let's see, did I just think about everything, or say everything I wanted to on that regard? I think I did. That was the main point, you know. What else to talk about? You know, I was also thinking the other day about the necessity of failure. Oh, sorry, I just bumped my microphone. The necessity of failure as it regards to happiness. I think something that is kind of hard for many folks, including myself, to swallow is the fact that to really succeed, to really find happiness, you've got to fail, you know? Dandelion, let's eat this and we'll go do a couple more chores around the yard and we'll call it there and we'll end on this thought. We'll eat the leek too, why not? You know, you've got to fail to be happy sometimes. If everything you did, you succeeded at, I'd imagine that you probably wouldn't be too happy. Not because your situation was bad, but because you wouldn't know what else to be. You get too caught up in the emotions, the slow times as it is. You know, I think at times when I've been the happiest has actually been after some of my wildest failures. I'm trying to think if there's a story I can say to back that up before we call it. Starting to get exhausted. I think we got enough to chop this? Just enough. Pretty much all capped out on energy. I guess we'll call it there. Do I have a story to back up my statement that failure is necessary for happiness? Well, I mean, I guess I can use a little bit of the situation I find myself in my current phase of life. You know, right now we'll just say in a tumultuous time as it regards to what I want to do with my life. I'm fairly young, as I would assume most people that aspire to do things on YouTube are, but I'm fairly young and I'm trying to figure out what it is that I really want to do with the rest of my life. And I for lack of better words, I've come to some disagreements with my current employer, and this employer I've been working for, I thought I could work for the rest of my life as it is, but I'm starting to realize that maybe that's not the case. And it's really hard to think you've got an idea and you think you know what your life's going to be, and then one day be faced with a setback or a failure, as I put it, and not know. Let's actually hit to the tavern. Well, let's try to make this a little bit more chipper. But then to not know, one day think you got your whole life figured out, and the next day realize you got nothing figured out. It's a little uneasy for sure, unnerving. But to my regards into what I was just saying, to the respect of what I was just saying, I really am a lot happier ever since everything happened. Happier in respects to I'm starting to find new passions and starting to... Ooh, Mackerel, I do need that. Starting to realize that, maybe this isn't what my life is supposed to be, but I wouldn't have ever realized that if I hadn't come upon these hard times. Look at this salad. Just get a little bread. Eat a whole baguette for dinner. So yeah, life's not perfect, and I think that's all right. Life doesn't have to be perfect for us to be happy. And the hard times we fall upon really open our eyes to that which is most important. I've been able to spend so much time with my wonderful wife and my crazy children the last short while, and it's really made a big difference in my life. Trying to reorient myself and figure out what it is that makes me happy and what it is that I'm aspiring to do. In the same way as I was saying that we all can, Well, it's been a good day. Got that fishing done. Took a little short stop at the tavern. Let's head back home and we'll call it there. Let's just summarize things, make sure I'm not leaving myself out. But don't try to drown out the chaos, and don't neglect chaos, and don't try to find a cure for chaos even. I would say just try to live a happy life best you can. Live your life the best you can, surrounding yourself with things that make you happy and people that make you happy, and things will turn out alright. Don't be afraid of failure. Accept failure for what it is, a learning experience, and really learn from it. Let that be the catalyst for greater change in your life. Well, it's getting late. So, I hope you're all going to have a great night. I hope I can see you all tomorrow. There we go. Fishing. And foraging.